Hi everyone, it's Miss Amy here, and today I'm going to show you a math attack. For those of you who are my students, you know what a math attack is. Miss Amy always uses this. It's called a 10 frame. It's a strategy to use to teach math. It's called a 10 frame because there are 10 squares in it, and you can use multiple 10 frames, and it helps building counting by fives, 5, 10. If you have another 10 frame, such as this is a 5 frame, 5, 10, 15. So I use this all the time with the kids at school so they know that there's 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom. And when a 10 frame is full, it's always 10 circles or 10, beads or 10 cotton balls, whatever you're using to put inside your 10 frame. This is something super easy you can make at home. You can just draw it on a piece of paper and use different materials you want as the counters, okay? And so with a math attack, we know what we do. We know there's 10. How many is there? 10 circles. I'm gonna put it down here. You're gonna close your eyes, no peeking. And then when I pull my board back up, I want you to guess how many there are as fast as you can. Go. How many circles are there? There are 8 circles. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 circles. Now, what's special about this is when I ask my students, how did you get to the number 8? Because we all might get to the number 8 differently. Some people might have counted one by one with their finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one-to-one correspondence. Some people might have used more mental strategies where they say, well, I remember Miss Amy said there was 10 circles, so I know there were 10 circles, but there's one missing here and one missing here, so there's 2 missing. So if I count back 2, 10, 9, 8, there's 8. That's a super fast way to get to the number 8 by knowing, oh, there's 10, but there's 2 missing, so 10 minus 2 must equal 8, and we have our answer. Okay, so that's one way to get it. Another way to get it is, like I said, counting them one by one. Another way you might get to the number 8 is saying, well, I know there's 5 in this row and one's missing. So that means there must be 4, right? And I know there's 5 in this row, but one's missing. So that must be 4 too. So you could say 4 plus 4 equals 8. So that's 3 different ways we got to the number 8. We counted one by one. We did 10 minus 2 equals 8. We did 4 plus 4 equals 8. So having that preset group of numbers, knowing that this is always 10, there's always 5 on top and 5 on the bottom, allows you to make mental strategies in your head to get the answer quicker. There's no right way. It's whatever works for your student, what makes sense to them. To me, it's easiest to say 10 minus 2 is 8 when I see this. For some, especially my AM learners, you're probably going to be counting them one by one. Or you could do this. This is a different way. Instead of doing 4 plus 4 equals 8, you could do, oh, Miss Amy, I know there's supposed to be 5 here. One's missing, that's 4. But I don't know what 4 plus 4 is, so I have to count the rest. But you start with the bigger number. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, you say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're counting on. So that's counting on from a larger number. So instead of starting from 1 here, you're saying, I know there's 4 here, and let me count on 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's so many different ways to get it. Whoop! There's so many different ways to do math activities with a 10 frame. And with my afternoon friends, I'll usually use 2 10 frames so that I can get up to 20, and I'll take some circles off and tell them to close their eyes and figure it out. And the explanations they can give you about how they got to their answer is amazing, and it's the most important part. We want to know how they got to the answer, not that the answer is just right. Because there's no one way to get to an answer, and sometimes if you guess and you get it right, I mean, that's not going to be helpful if you can't explain why when you have to show your work. So I think I just showed you 4 different ways you could have got the answer 8 using this 10 frame. So try it out at home. It's something super easy you could do. You can draw a big one on the floor, on a piece of paper, whatever you want, and do math attacks with your kids. They would love to do, they like to take turns and be the ones to take it off. and you close your eyes and you have to guess the number, and then they have to ask you why or how you got to that number. And you might learn that the way your child got to the number is different than you did, and that's okay. And it's actually pretty cool to listen to your child explain how they processed a math problem in their head. It's really cool. So this is something simple, easy. I would say use the word math attack because the kids know it at school, because that's what I call it. And you can pretty much use anything to just draw a 10 frame and then get 10 items that are the same thing, 10 cotton balls, 10 pennies, 10 quarters, whatever, that will fit in your 10 frame you draw. Or even do it like, well, probably not life size, because we're not gonna have 10 people with us because of social distancing. So, but I do have a life size 10 frame at school, which is really cool. So this is a little math lesson, different than a book. I'll do a book tomorrow, but I miss you guys, and I hope to see you very soon. I hope you had a fun time yesterday outside. The weather was so nice, and do a math attack tonight, okay? Bye, love you.